Welcome to Lorient the capital of offshore sailing. It is here that the Offshore double-handed World Championship has been taking place this week. "22 teams from 16 nations competed in 2 elimination races last week, and today is the final. 10 teams have made it. So 10 females and 10 males are participating in this double-handed mixed race. We will take you out on the water today to the heart of the action. The Offshore Double-Handed World Championship has gathered teams from all over the world in Lorient, on the west coast of France. The formula is mixed teams of 2 sailors racing offshore in one design Sunfast 30s. La Basse Lorient is home to as many as 15 IMOCA teams, as well as 3 Ultim Trimarans, numerous Figaros, Class 40 teams, and Mini 650s. It is a purpose-built offshore racing mecca and the perfect playground to stage an event of this stature. Organized by Lorient Grand Large in association with the FF Voile, the Yacht Club de France, and the Royal Ocean Racing Club with the support of Cap Regatta and Multiplagiano. With teams assigned by World Sailing, 2 elimination races decide the 10 teams to make the World Championship final. It's been a windy week here at La Basse Lorient. Our 10 teams, our 20 skippers are ready to dock out. Here we are next to Lina and Sver from Germany. How are you guys doing today? Are you guys ready for this final?
Yeah, I think we are very ready. We're looking forward to it. It will be rough again, but I think quite fun.
Yeah, we're totally ready. It will be a lot of wind, but we analyzed our last race, and I think we are ready as we can be.
So you came in 4th in the last one. What are your objectives for this final?
The first objective was really to make it to the final, so we are happy that we're here. I think a top 5 would be amazing, but we'll take any ranking we get.
For you?
Nothing to add. That's totally my opinion.
Excellent. Well, go Team Germany.
Thank you.
Good luck. Next boat right down here, follow me, is the Uruguayan team from South America, Federico Waxman and Justina Pacheco. So Federico, what are your objectives for this time around?
Our first goal is to enjoy it, enjoy the wind. And yeah, if we can arrive before the others, that would be great.
How is the competition out there on the water, Justina?
Competition is good. There are other 9 great teams, so well, we're gonna go out and do our best. We like this win, so I think we're gonna be strong and we're gonna give it all.
Excellent. Well, good luck. Mucha suerte. Vamos Uruguay, vamos Latinos. I'm from Costa Rica, so it's great to have some Latinos in the house here participating. So our next boat up here are the Swedish team. The Swedes. Anna and Martin. How are you, Martin? You have a little French croissant there. Yeah. Do you like the French cuisine?
Yeah, that's fantastic. I just received it, so it was good. A good breakfast.
Hi, Anna. How are you feeling today, right before the final?
Fine, and even better now.
So, what are your guys' objectives for this final?
We're aiming for the top, definitely.
Exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. Aiming for the top as everyone else.
Excellent. So you guys came in, let's see my notes here, you came in second. Really good. So you have two French teams to compete against. They're in local waters. What do you think? What card do you have to play to beat them?
Hard. That's hard. I think we just have to sail super well and do good maneuvers and just sail the boat in an efficient way. And of course, they have advantage being here as a local water.
So the less mistakes, that'll be the ones who win, no?
Yes, for sure. I think the first downwind will be interesting, and we'll try to keep up with the French teams.
Excellent. Well, best of luck. Enjoy that croissant. And here we are with the Turkish team. Yeah. Bonjour. How are you doing? You have a minute for a little interview. So, Onur, how are you feeling today?
We are okay. Okay. We well prepared last night. We look all the weather and routing, computer, everything, navigation. I think we are okay now. We will do very nice race.
Yeah. What is you want to come in what position?
We aiming that to be in first 5, I think. Okay. Yes.
First 5. Exciting. You like it when it's very windy like this?
Yes. Actually, yes. Really, I like this. Yes.
Excellent. Well, there we go. Good luck. That's Team Turkey. So yes.
Can you just say hello?
Hello. We're doing a live right now, Doc Out Live. So Onur Tok and Pelin Keskin, they came in 5th in the last one, and that's what they're aiming for this time. Hello. How are you, Cal? Hey, Maggie. How are you guys doing? Ready for this final?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're raring to go. It's been a few days since we've been on the water, so ready to get back out there again.
Excellent. What is it going to take? Well, what is your objective? You want to come in what place?
This is a tough fleet this time, so we're just going to give it our best, and it's going to be fast and wet, and we'll see how we do.
Okay, so you guys came in, let's see, 4th in the last one. How is competition out there? Is it hard?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's getting harder for each race, isn't it? So we just want to match ourselves to the best out there and see how we do.
Excellent. So stay safe, sail fast, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Bye. Cheers. And next up, who do we have? The team from the Netherlands. Are you guys on board? Yvonne and Eric. Hi, Yvonne. How are you doing? Good morning. So, you guys ready to battle it out?
Absolutely.
Yeah? How's it looking like out there, conditions?
Well, I think we're going to get everything you can imagine weather-wise. So it will be an interesting part, especially the last bit. But well, we'll see. The one who has the strongest nerves, I think, and keeps their eyes open can really make a difference.
The one that makes the less mistakes, huh? What are your objectives? What place do you want to come in at?
Of course we want to win, but we will do our ultimate best, and we will see where we will end. This is already a success story for us, so we are really happy. So
Excellent. So have fun. Best of luck, and see you in a couple days. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, already tomorrow. Yeah, how many miles are you doing?
151, yeah.
Okay. Good luck, guys. See you. So who do we have up next here? Belgium. So Jamila Tassin and Jonas Jerkins from Belgium. Are they around? Jonas, little interview. Dock out, we are live. So they came in third in the elimination. They were in the group 1. And I'm not sure if they are ready for a little interview all week. On revient, Jonas. We will come. Ah, there she is. There's Jamila. Hey, Jamila. Hola. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? Bien. You guys ready for this final?
Ready? Bit nervous. It's gonna start with a lot of wind and some big swell. So I think the first down is gonna be the cut, and then it's gonna be just keeping the position.
Okay, so you're gonna start off without the pedal on the floor. Is that kind of like to not make any mistakes and to not break anything, and then you'll put the floor on the pedal, or what?
It's gonna be 200% full down, like full energy until the downwind mark, and then it's upwind, so it's a lot harder to get to gain the fleet. So you have to be in front at the beginning. Okay. So we're gonna start. We're gonna try to start in front and stay in front as much as we can.
Excellent. Well, good luck and stay safe. Sail fast. See you soon. So, who else do we have here? Are they on board? Charlotte, Louis, here we are for your dock out interview. So, of course, a team from France. They're in home waters, so one of the favorites to win. There are 2 French teams that qualified for this final, and this duo, they have done a lot of Figaro, both sail for Massif, so they're quite experienced. They know the waters really well. So here we are, Louis and Cha-Cha. You guys ready for today?
Yeah, more than ready.
Today and tonight, because it's 24 hours.
Okay, so what is it going to take to win this race?
Try to take the advantage at the beginning, and also to keep it. It's gonna be a bit, I guess, tricky in the very light wind close to Glenor Islands. So we will try to manage it at the best we can. So. Yeah.
Which teams are the ones that you're looking out for the most?
I think the French will be great concurrence, but also the Belgians and the Uruguayans, maybe the Turkish. I think we will have to open our eyes and look at all the fleet.
Okay, well, good luck, guys. All eyes open. Be safe, sail fast, and see you tomorrow. And last but not least, we have the last French team of Basile and Basile Brugnon and Elodie Bonafou as well. They've done a lot of Figaro, so another one of the favorites to win. Hey guys. Hi. She's always braiding her hair. So nice. I can't believe that you do that so quickly. Yeah. So, how's it going? You guys ready? Boats ready?
Yes, I think it's ready. We have a last check on the meteo, but that will be really windy at first. We really like it. So that was also a short race, about 1 day. We have sleep, good condition, boat ready, guys ready, so all good.
Okay, so Basile, who are you looking out for the most out there? Who do you want to keep in your rear view mirror?
We know only Louis and Charlotte from the Figaro, so it is our principal boats that we have to check, but everyone is dangerous, So we will see how it goes. And I'm not agree with Elodie. The weather is not so good right there, but it's going to be okay.
Okay, excellent. Well, good luck. See you back on the dock tomorrow. So there we have it. There are all of our 10 teams that are ready to dock out here in any moment. They're allowed to leave the dock right now. And I will leave you with an interview with Patrice Valton, the Vice President of Lorient Agglomération.
Bienvenue dans notre territoire de course au large. Bienvenue sur cette base qui est magnifique pour une course de cette nature. C'est vrai que pour Lorient, le pays de Lorient en général, la rade de Lorient, la base, le fait d'avoir autant de nationalités qui nous viennent du monde entier, de Turquie, d'Inde, des États-Unis, de la Nouvelle-Zélande, de l'Australie, c'était une première hein, d'avoir autant de nationalités de si haut niveau sur le même endroit à courir une course en double mix. Nous, vous savez qu'on est très attaché à la mixité sur les bateaux. Lorient Grand Large est attaché à ce concept, à ce modèle qui a bien fonctionné avec la Mini. Donc le fait d'avoir cette course ici à Lorient, c'est un vrai bonheur, même si de temps en temps, comme vous le voyez aujourd'hui, le temps n'est pas toujours de la partie. Sur le concept de la course, eh bien, ça a vraiment du sens à Lorient puisqu'on essaye d'avoir la voile de haut niveau et de course au large sur tous les supports qui puissent exister. Là, c'est un support qui est extraordinaire parce que d'abord c'est un petit bateau qui est merveilleusement bien conçu. Je pense d'ailleurs que l'écosystème lorientais, morbihanais a participé à la conception de ce bateau et c'est vraiment un très très joli bateau, un petit bateau mais magnifique pour faire ce genre de compétition. Il est absolument éblouissant sur l'eau, donc c'est un vrai bonheur. Et puis bien sûr, ça vient compléter tout ce qui existe déjà depuis l'enseignement de la voile dans les clubs jusqu'à la course large à très haut niveau, bientôt le Team France de la Coupe de l'Amérique. Donc ça a vraiment du sens d'avoir ici sur le territoire cette course. Alors je dis bravo déjà aux compétiteurs, hein, ça prouve déjà leur niveau parce qu'il faut s'engager dans ces conditions météo-là. On a pu voir quand même à travers les premiers jours de course qu'il y avait vraiment un vrai bon niveau et j'ai vu aussi tout le plaisir qu'ils avaient à naviguer sur ce bateau. J'ai pas d'inquiétude particulière s'agissant du niveau. Maintenant c'est vrai que les conditions vont être difficiles, elles vont aussi être exceptionnelles pour les images. Hein.
Hello, and thank you for joining us here. We're out on the water. I'm joined by Fabio Musolini, great commentator for these kind of races and especially these kind of conditions. Huh?
Yeah, thank you, Natasha. Welcome aboard Rofi Lorient. We are here between 2 or 3 meters swell between land and the island of Groix, so we are still protected. But what is going to happen now is maybe 4 meters of swell just behind, and we will leave the skipper alone in these bad conditions.
Yeah, we've seen some of the boats sailing around. It's hard with the swell to kind of pin them down. You just got done seeing an interview with the Vice President of Lorient Agglomération. That's one of the entities that have made this race possible here in Lorient, La Base. It was all in French, so we will try and explain to you a little bit of what was happening, but basically this live is going to be bilingual, so we'll be going back and forth between English and French. Yeah, he was speaking about what an honor it is to have such an international world event happening here in Lorient.
Yeah.
With all these nationalities. What else did he say?
It is really important for the Lorient area to stay the heart and the main city of the offshore sailing. So for all the cities here, so like l'Armor-Plage, the city of Patrice Valton, but Lorient, we want to stay the heart place for offshore sailing. And this is why Lorient wanted to have this first double-handed offshore world sailing here between the IMOCAs, the Ultime. And I think, Natasha, the competitors, the skipper really enjoy to be really in this mix of very nice boat that they normally see only on TVs.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of them have come from very far away, from Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Canada, the USA, from all over. We had 16 different nationalities represented in this World Championship. And some of them are obviously from this area. There's a couple of Figaro that teams, the two French teams that race a lot in Figaro, and Lorient La Base is the base and hub to the Class Figaro, as well as the IMOCAs, of course, that are getting ready for the Vendée Globe here in less than a month's time. And there's also mini 650s for the mini Transat. There's the Japanese skipper that is racing in that circuit. There's also Class 40s that are based in Lorient La Base. So there's definitely a lot of offshore different type of classes that are based here. So it's very important for the area to have.
Natasha, did you heard that the New Zealander had the opportunity to sail with Conrad Coleman on his IMOCA 2 days ago? So they were invited by Conrad. The two Kiwis get invited by the best IMOCA Kiwi in IMOCA, Conrad, and so they try what is offshore sailing on a big sailing boat, 18 meters. So they really enjoyed their experience. So Natasha, we can see behind us the first sailing boat. We are like 30 minutes before the start. With a special big up to all the skippers that are ready, because it's going to be rough. It's going to be difficult. We could feel not fear, but some anxiety, or they were really focused on the dock this morning.
Yeah, they definitely were. You saw some of the dock out interviews there. Of course, you know, some of them are happy that it's windy because they can perform really well under those circumstances. They know that they have to just put the foot on the floor and be able to have a really good start, because with one design boat, if you don't have a good start, it's really hard to catch up, because they all have the exact same equipment, the exact same sails, everything is identical.
Yeah.
So it's very important to get a really good start. And tell us more about the race course and the weather that they will experience in these first 12 hours.
Yeah, Natasha, so you know the highlight of these championships was low pressure. We are, since beginning of this championship, we are fighting to find some spot to sail between the low pressure that come through the Atlantic right here in Brittany. So every 48 hours there is like more than 40 knots of wind, and we are today just behind a big low pressure that is right now above England. So we are with the swell that brought that he brought. So this 4-5 meters of swell, and so yes, the wind is going to drop today, Natasha, but we still have 30 knots, maybe plus in the gust. So it's going to be rough. Are the skippers going to use a Genaker? Are they going to use a kite, A2, A4? We don't know. It's the first time we saw such a strong wind for everyone here on this boat, on this championship. Then they will race for 150 miles. They will arrive tomorrow around midday back here in Lorient. And what is really that this will be really a full race, because they start with strong wind and they will arrive with very, very light winds tomorrow. So the winner will be really the best team that manage both weathers. So just to follow, if you understand my bad English, please comment on the YouTube. Please tell us where you are from on the chat. Where do you follow this beautiful event? And tell us what is your favorite team.
Yeah, we will be looking at those comments, and we will try our best. under these crazy circumstances to read those and be able to answer some of your questions. Now we're going to leave you with a recap of the 2 elimination races. That is how they got to the final. So to the beginning, at the very beginning, there were 22 teams that did 2 elimination finals. The whole fleet was divided into 2. So you had 11 boats that raced in the first elimination race, and 5 teams, the top 5, made it to the final. The next day, there was another 11 teams that competed against each other, and the top 5 of that group made it onto the final, and that's how we ended up with our 10 teams that are competing today. So we leave you with that recap. A low-pressure system arrived in Lorient right before the start of Elimination Race 1. The start was pushed back 1 hour to allow the first low-pressure system to pass, and the original course of 112 nautical miles was shortened to 82 to avoid an area of big sea state and produce a race finish before the next low-pressure system arrived. 4 low-pressure systems threatened the regatta. The right time to send them offshore was found, and the stage was set for what looked like a windy World Championship. France, Uruguay, Belgium, Great Britain, and Canada qualified for the final. Charlotte Yvan and Louise Berreard won the race a good 40 minutes before Federico Waxman and Justina Pacheco from Team Uruguay. Just 6 minutes after them was the Belgium team, Jonas Jerkins and Jamila Tassin in 3rd place. Maggie Adamson and Cal Finlayson from Great Britain in 4th place. There was a thrilling battle for 5th place, but it was finally taken by Benjamin Daniel and Sarah Nicholson from Team Canada. The second and the final elimination race produced a thrilling finish to decide the 5 teams that would progress to the final. 2 hours before sunset, the 87 nautical mile race started downwind. The international fleet were at maximum velocity for a 40 nautical mile blast south. West of Belle-Île, they turned into a reaching leg offshore for a 30 nautical mile beat. At the break of dawn, as the fleet approached the finish, the breeze eased to about 10 knots, creating a tantalizing final for the teams looking to place in the top 5. France, Sweden, the Netherlands, Germany, and Turkey qualified for the final. Elodie Bonafous and Basile Bourguignon from France crossed the finish line over 1 hour ahead of Anna Drug and Martin Anzil from Sweden to claim the second race win for France. The Swedish duo had a terrific battle with Erik van Vuggen and Yvonne Busker from the Netherlands. Sweden crossed the line just 2 minutes and 20 seconds ahead. Lina Rikstjens and Sverre Reinke from Germany finished in 4th place after a tremendous fight back. The battle for 5th went to the wire, which was decided by just 2 minutes and 40 seconds for Onur Tok and Pelin Keskin from Turkey. So that was a little recap on Elimination 1 and 2. So tell us, Fabio, tell us a little bit more about the format of this race with the elimination races in the final.
Yeah, there was a lot to say, and Natasha, both races have been sailed in pretty rough conditions. Both races have done some great downwind leg with more than 25 knots with the kite, and unfortunately on the first leg there was an incident with the Indian team, and because the swell was really strong, the Indian team gets hit by a wave from the side, and the Captain Abdul Sina, he fall inside the boat and he broke his arm. So Fortunately, Shweta, the coastkeeper, she did a very great job, helped by Tim and Lisa from the Dutch team. They sail together and they make the relay with the safety system, the MRCC, just to give the good information, and they pass the line together. So special big up to Tim and Lisa and to Shweta that she brought the captain like she was solo sailing. So
yeah, it was great camaraderie, and it was a good thing that she was a doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
To help him, she really secured his arm. He was under a lot of pain. He broke his forearm in 3 places. They had to perform a surgery the next day, but he still had a big smile, and great camaraderie from the Dutch team that abandoned the race and just sailed by their side. The Coast Guard, the Cross the Cross here in France, they accompanied them too. They decided not to take him off of the boat, but to bring them into safe port. And once they were on the dock, they were able to take him to the hospital. That was kind of like the drama of Elimination Race 1. But other than that, we had 5 teams that were super happy to have made it to the final.
Yeah, they were happy and quite relieved this morning. They say to me on the dock, Fabio, we are happy. The big stress was not to the final and to get eliminated. So I'm thinking about the German team or the Canadian. We are going to speak about them. I know that Guy Perrin is watching the live, the manager of the Canadian team. They made a very strong race on the first elimination, and they were just super happy to be here. So they will say today without stress, and they just are ready to give everything. And maybe they will be the good surprise for this final.
Yeah, and what was the highlight for Elimination Race 2?
Highlight were a strong start from the French team. It was quite impressive. French team really take the lead really direct on the line. They were the only one there were 3 boats wearing the big kite, but the French managed really to go really deep downwind. We had a very, very nice fight on race 2. For example, for place number 2, there were only a few seconds in difference. Yeah. Also for the place 4 and 5th, and also for the place 6, the Belgium team were really disappointed. You were talking, Natasha, about
conditions are getting really tough here. Yeah, I mean that's the thing with one design boats is that the distance in the finish can be. There was one team that came in like a minute and 20 seconds, wasn't it?
Oh, 20 seconds, the Belgium.
20 seconds.
For 20 seconds, they would have been qualified for this final. And they say, after they explain, it's just a question, we lose the kite at one moment, the kite flap, and then the Turkish team passed them, and if it hadn't flap, they would be there. So this is...
down to the wire, those finishes.
That's the spirit of offshore sailing. If you don't know, if you are watching America's Cup on another screen and our live, stay here. It's really more interesting. It's really more rough. And offshore sailing, that's the spirit. You do this kind of, you have to stay focused for how long? For these 150 miles. And if you do a small mistake, you lose your place. And the recipe to stay on the podium will be is to make the less mistake for this race.
Yeah, and because of all of these low pressures that have been sweeping through the area in this last week, both of the elimination races had to be cut short in order to get the fleet in and out in between 2 low pressure systems, as well as the final that was supposed to take place yesterday is now taking place today. And again, it's been cut short, less miles. What was the original going to be? How many miles? It was going to be like 48-hour offshore, and now it's going to be more like a 24-hour offshore for the final. Conditions have been really tough, but that's Brittany for you. I mean, that's why most of the offshore sailing happens in these waters, because it is windy. It is really incredible conditions here in the Bay of Gascogne for offshore sailing. And I mean, look at it. It can be raining, pouring down rain when we were coming out here, and now the sun is out. It's going to be a downwind start, isn't it? Tell us more about the start today.
Yeah, so the committee plan to make a reaching start. They will probably start with 100 degrees true wind direction, true wind angle, sorry. So probably with Jennaker, maybe not. It really depends if the wind drops. For now, Natasha, I can see boats are a little bit everywhere. That they really try to measure how windy is it. The line is just next to us, so we are going to be on the line and to see what is the strategy. For now, boats have only main with one reef or two reef and the jib plenty off in the front.
Yeah. So while we approach the start line, we're going to leave you with a video of World Sailing, who of course they play a part. I mean, this is a world championship, and it was them that made the selection of the 22 teams. Is that correct?
Yes.
So we're going to leave you with this video, and we'll see you very soon at the start line.
So for World Sailing, this is a recognised World Championship. It's been an objective for quite a long time, and it's really exciting to see it in action now. It's really excited to have the 16 different nationalities represented from 5 continents, and yeah, it's really exciting to see how the final goes.
Yeah, and I think having the offshore sailors here in Lorient is really something we were looking to, and now we're going to look at the future, because we want to build up on these events to have like a whole set of events around offshore, because it has to be developed. It's a big part of our community, and sometimes we are being told to be too much Olympic focus, and I think this kind of event can really be a switch for the future. Yeah, but of course, by being French, we know that Lorient is a place to be, even if I don't get a chance to come here quite often before. And I think the expertise around Lorient is the reason of the success of these events also. So we're really thankful to the people working hard since a couple of months to have everything set. And I think also for the offshore sailors, we saw like some people for other countries that maybe never come to Lorient before either, seeing everything around the offshore, the other boats, the teams, and how it can become if you are successful in an offshore career. I think it can help them to dream for the future of the sailors.
Oh yeah, I think that sums it up. It's a really inspirational location, and for lots of people from around the world that have never probably seen an Mocha or an Alton before, it's a really inspiring place. And so yeah, if there could be similar places around the world, how amazing would that be?
Maybe just saying that specifically to these events, something which is of course really important is the gender balance on board. And also like the age range is quite big. So it's just showing again how sailing can be inclusive. And I think it's really important for everyone to be aware that you can sail for quite a long time and from your younger age offshore as well.
Yes, definitely the mixed element of it I think is really exciting. But I would also say with the growth of double-handed racing worldwide, it's a really exciting and growing part of the sport. The boats are supplied equipment, which is a new concept for offshore. But I think it's a great opportunity. It allows people who might not own a boat to come compete and race. So I think there's lots of benefits of this kind of event going forward.
So Fabio, so these boats, they were built by, tell us a little bit about the construction and why these boats were chosen for this World Sailing. How does this all happen?
Yes, as you said before, Natasha, this is a one design race. So I would like to thank our partner that is also organizing this event, the company Cab Regatta. Cab Regatta owns this boat. They are you can charter this boat in Marseille, here in Lorient, and in Cherbourg. These boats that have been tested, measured with referee 2 weeks before. There have been amazing work to make this boat really equals. So the competitors can be sure that they are really fighting with the very, very similar boats. And it was really interesting, Natasha, because I work also on the organization, and it was different to see the different culture of sailing that comes around the world, and that we are looking for the small details in our rules to be sure that they are sailing with the same boat. And there was a lot of discussion between the sailors and the organization. Again, special big up to all the Cap Regatta team that made this event possible, and from an equalization point of view.
Yeah, I mean, let's remind you that these boats are very new. They're brand new. So, of course, for some of the training the week before, that some of these teams were lucky enough, maybe not all of them, were able to come here a little bit in advance to sail and train on the boats. And, you know, of course, certain things were breaking here and there, but there was a full fleet of the team of Cap Regatta that were there on the docks, fixing things, getting great ideas from them. And there's a lot of information that was being passed on.
I have to cut you. We have boat 21. This is our Uruguayan team. Federico and Justina. Federico
Waxman and Justina Pacheco de Uruguay.
Yeah, he won the mini transat. Federico he now lives in Lorient, so he knows the area. He's a strong competitor, and he finished second of the first leg. Let's just remind him that his Jenaker is now swimming a little bit on the side of the boat, but he will probably put it up, and it won't be a problem for the start. They are really one of the team that we are expecting on the podium. Maybe older team also, because it's intense fight.
Yeah, it's really funny that during the training, Jamila, who has also sailed in the mini transat, Jamila Tassin, with Federico, you know, she said that any boat that you give Federico, he'll just make it go, and that during the training, he was always kind of like in front. Like you said, he came in second in an elimination race 1. He's a strong sailor, and Justina from Uruguay, she has also done quite a bit of sailing back home, and they're definitely some of the favorites to be watching on the tracker. You can be able to track the race on the tracker. You can follow on social media, on Instagram, Facebook.
Natasha, let's switch on the number 11. This is one of the famous French boats. This is Charlotte and Loïs Berréard. They have won Transat Paprec 2023. They are used to sail together. For me, they are really one of the favorite team. Charlotte and Loïs, they are sponsorized by the same sponsor, Massif, an insurance company in France. They sail Figaro. Loïs just won 2 legs of the Solitaire de Figaro, the last one. And Charlotte will go for another year with Massif next year. But they are really, really super strong. Oh.
3, 2,
1, gun. Your class flag, one design well.
Class flag has been ready, so we are 10 minutes before the start. Stay on. Just keep on the chat. Tell us which is your favorite team. I see a lot of comments from Canada, from Turkey, so we say hi to everyone. But don't Canada, be ready. Sarah and Ben, they were super relaxed this morning. They say they are super happy to be here, and I'm sure they are going to do another very good race.
We did some sit-down interviews as well with all of the skippers that passed on, that qualified to the final. We will be showing you some of those interviews with them so that you can get to know who these characters are, who these sailors are, what they come from, what kind of experience they're bringing to this World Championship. We have one that we could play of Charlotte and Louis Berréard. And yeah, so we will play that for you now, and stay tuned and come back out on the water with us here in just a
shiny
few
Lorient.
seconds.
Because it's a world championship in France in offshore sailing. That is our specialty.
So yeah, we are happy to represent our country, and also it's one of the reasons it's in Lorient, so it's quite easy for us to in the organization. I mean, it's very close to the Figaro, so it was a short-timed preparation, so it come on the process.
And we are also happy to sail together again.
Yes, we had quite some success, so we hope to have once again. We didn't know exactly what to expect, because it was the first time we sailed on that boat. No, not the first time. I mean, we
didn't have the time to practice a lot.
Maybe 3 or 4 days maximum. So we take the qualification like a bit like a practice. Unfortunately, it's a little bit late, but it's how it is. But yeah, first target was to access to the final, and if we can have the opportunity to try some sails, some angles, really learn the boat. So it was interesting for that also.
Well, I think sail in Figaro and sail a lot in Figaro is an advantage for us.
We are used to always reach the boat at the maximum, push on the limit, and also one design class. Figaro is the one design class, this one also. So it's a very close difference of speed, and the strategy take a big place in the preparation. And yeah, it's really little details who can keep you ahead. I mean, you know, it's very on little details, but one by one can make a difference. So that's quite the same business in a way.
You like that format, or pas?
Yes, it's different. It's different of what we
used to do.
And it's interesting.
Yeah. The main difference, I think, it's that we don't know every competitors, so we will discover some guys on the starting line the next days. But that's quite exciting. I mean, but we know the other winners of the the qualification pretty well, so we have a little idea about how it's gonna be. Unfortunately, the weather forecast is a little bit not easy for the race director to make a quiet leg, a safe leg. So
it will be shortened.
Yes, but it's going to be a hard race. I'm quite sure about it. I guess when we were younger, we both dreamed about Olympics, because Charlotte was doing 470. It's a little
thingy.
Yeah, and I was practice more like multi-hulls, like Nacra and everything. But we decided to take the corner to go to the, if I can say like this, to offshore racing. So the perspective to have Olympics and offshore racing is very interesting. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I can remember when I started offshore sailing Figaro, it was in the discussion that offshore sailing in double-handed was in the Olympics, and I think it's interesting to think about it. And
never know.
Donc Charlotte, Yvaine, and Louise Berreard, like Fabio was saying, they were both members of the Massive Skippers program. They're following in the footsteps of Francois Gabard, Charlie Dallin, and Joan Richomme. What other team, Fabio, is important to talk about?
Sorry, sorry, Natasha. I just have to skip you. We are 4 minutes before this. Sorry.
4 minutes before.
4 minutes before the start. Sorry, so live problem, but we are here. The competitors, they are ready. We have seen the Genakers on the deck. Are they going to deploy? I repeat the rules of this fantastic class 30 that we are following today. If they want to deploy their bowsprit, they need to put the Genaker in the same time. So they cannot make the bowsprit already ready. So we have a lot of comments from Brittany and of course from Netherlands. A special big up to the Netherlands team. Yvonne and team, they made a fantastic race on race 2. They were second almost all the time. Just at the end they were passed by the incredible team of Martin and Anna from Sweden. And Martin, he works by North Sails. We can say that he knows how to make a boat fast. So they were really impressive. And of course the British team, we are going to talk about them, but maybe we will wait them to have on the screen to go further.
Well, Yvonne Burske and Eric van Vugen from the Netherlands, of course, with the ocean race that had a stopover in The Hague, and also with Rosalind Kuiper. I mean, offshore sailing, they watch it a lot. They're very passionate. They train a lot. They sail a lot. They love these kind of conditions. Of course, they're used to these kind of rough conditions as well for sailing. So it doesn't scare them at all. I mean, you saw it in the dock out interview. They were pretty relaxed. They're actually husband and wife. So very interesting to hear them talk about what it's like to change the hats between personal life and professional, and how they really do well in those circumstances sailing
Natasha,
together.
we are less than 2 minutes before the race. 8 boats behind me. 8 boats are looking for the left part of the line, and we have 2 boats on the other side. Who are they? I cannot see their number right now, but we can see that the boats are waiting pretty high above the line. The line is behind me and the boats are here, and we are almost only 1 minute before the start. I can see number 12.
3, 2, 1. Gun be removed.
1 minute, stay focused, stay on live.
Guys, one long minute.
One long minute.
And we have the Belgium team, the number 12, Jamila and Jonas. It's a strong team. They finished third of the first leg. They have a class 30 here in Lorient, so they have trained a lot. And next year they are going to sail around the world in class 40. And they are leading for now the 8 boats. Maybe they are a little bit too early on the line, I don't know. And I can see a boat that is really close to the line on the back. Who is this? I can't see the number. Maybe number 13, and it would be the Dutch team. I can see some Genaker going up. 15 seconds before the start of this World Championship. Stay focused.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gun.
And it's a good start.
It's a good start.
It's a good start. Pretty good start from the Dutch team.
We have a problem there with one of the boats. What boat is that? Do you see?
I can see the boat number 9. Number 9. It's no, it's not number 9. It's number. I know that they will push hard, and it's not to set the Genaker. Pretty very good start from the Dutch team. Eric and Yvonne, they are leading the start, but on the back we can see 2 Genakers. Who is the other one? It's Lois and Charlotte, of course, and Basil. are really sailing through the wave. They are really super fast. Natasha, they are really like 2 knots faster than everyone. Really, the Jenaker is the good recipe for this start. The Dutch team, Tim and Yvonne, they still have their Jenaker not ready, but they are hurrying up. I can see Tim is fighting in the front, and who's in front of us? It's boat 20. Boat 20. This is the Swedish team. The Swedish team. I can see Anna in the front. She is an experienced sailor.
How exciting! We're getting quite close to the fleet here.
21 is of course Federico. Federico, he knows how to go fast with a boat that goes on planning. It's fantastic. And we see Justine Ardien. She's really leading the boat like crazy, like maybe 15 knots.
Look at those conditions, guys.
This is amazing. And
what a
Federico,
great start here for the Offshore Double-Handed World Championship in Lorient on the west coast of France. Who do we have here?
And we have the Dutch. The Dutch, they have their Jenaker ready. Yvonne is going to trim it. So they are ready. They will be really.
What a great start.
It's an incredible
Very
start.
exciting. Do we know who is the boat that is lagging behind that still has not crossed the finish line?
For now, I cannot see the numbers.
It's hard to hear the VHF radio and everything at the same time.
And it's really fantastic. The boats are really flying, Natasha. It's almost, we have the impression that they are foiling even without foils because the wind is really like 30 plus. We have boat 23. This is, of course, Lina and Sverre, the German team. They had a super race and now they are flying. They know how to sail this class 30. They have won. They have sailed on the Dream Cup.
Another young doctor, Lina, is a young doctor working in Hamburg. They're both from Hamburg, and of course that's another place where offshore sailing is really taking a big turn with Boris Herrmann and how he has made offshore sailing kind of popular in Germany.
Just close to us, the famous Belgian team with Jamila and Jonas. They are pushing hard, Natasha. They keep the Jenaker, and we can see Lois and Charlotte. They are struggling.
They're really
to keep
fighting.
the Jenaker. It's really impressive. Huh? We are maybe sailing more than 50 knots with our rib, and it's hard to follow them. You can see these beautiful sails from Khartoum. Khartoum made really a set of sails that are really the same. So it's really interesting to see the differences from the skipper. But for now, we have one leader.
It's really down to just the performance, isn't it? Because everything is the same.
Yeah.
So the less mistakes you make, is how you can keep up in front.
For the Dutch team, be safe. We are just close to Eric and Yvonne. Yvonne is helming the boat, I think. And no, it's Eric, and Yvonne is just sitting at the back. The boat is going really fast. They are fourth for now.
They seem so calm. I mean, it must be a Dutch thing. I mean, they just seem like they're just like, yeah, just cruising around as a couple, you know?
Yeah, for now, not a lot of different strategy. The first mark is just ahead of us, so they will be playing with the tide close to Belle-Île. But for now, they need to go out. Oh, and
the gust
that
must
was
be
hot.
of how much? Yeah. How many knots are these gusts here?
It's at least 50 knots, Natasha. It's really impressive. And guess who's in front? It's of course Basile and Elodie. Basile Bourgnon.
He's like one of the youngest. He's like, what, 22 years old, Basile?
Exactly, and he's really well known to push hard. So Elodie is. And guess what, Natasha? It's really one of their last race on small boats, because next year Basile will be sailing multi-ocean 50. And Elodie will switch on IMOCA. So
she's planning on 2028. Is
Yes,
that right?
exactly.
For the Vendée Globe of 2028.
With her partner, and her boat is getting constructed right now, so it's an exciting time for her, and she was really without any stress at on this morning on the dock. They were really just enjoying to make this race together. Oh, look at this! This is boat 20. Boat 20. It's really super fast.
Flying! Look at them flying! Voila!
And it's of course the Swedish team. We talk about Martin and Anna. We know, you can see Martin is helming this boat with a lot of confidence, and Hannah is setting the sails. She's an experienced sailor. She has been sailing on the Volvo Ocean race on a female boat, and so she knows how to change a kite, how to switch from Jenaker to A2 to A4, and
Martin has won multiple Swedish championships and international medals in various disciplines.
So, Natasha, we are now going out from the shadow from l'Île de Groix. So for now, it was okay with the wave. Be sure that like in 20 minutes they will meet like maybe 4 meters, and it's going to be really intense for them. What do we do when we go offshore like this? I think for a lot of sailors, they know that they won't be able to go to the toilets for the next 12 hours. They won't be able to eat, so we can see snacks in their pockets because they will sit tight at the helm, and they will not move for the 12 next hours.
Yeah, well, I saw that Yvonne and Eric had a croissant given to them right before our interview during dock out. And they were very happy about that croissant, and that's what gave them perhaps that push to cross the start line in first position.
Yeah.
We have a few interviews that we're gonna let you listen to as well. We can see the interview with them, with the Swedish, with the Netherlands team. Yvonne Bursk and Eric van Vroegen. We sat down with them and did a little interview with the team from the Netherlands, who, again, like I said, they cross the start line first today.
We are still on. We are making a small break on our boat because our drone is landing, and maybe we'll try to catch the last boat that we didn't see the numbers on our right side. Maybe is it the British team, because I haven't seen them, Natasha.
Yeah, maybe it is. So the swell is getting really heavy, and conditions.
Yeah,
a lot tougher.
You were speaking about Maggie and Kalanak from the British team. They really impressed me, Natasha, on the first leg. They had a bad start. They were like 8th or 7th, and during the night with the strong wind, they really showed their best faces, and they just catch all the fleet, and they arrive 4 on the line. So they were really impressive, and I know that they are really comfortable with this kind of wind. They show that on the first leg. So a really interesting team to follow. Kalanak made last year a transatlantic on a Sunfast, a bigger Sunfast from Jeanneau. So he is experienced with offshore sailing. He knows how to get to this rhythm of sleeping, eating, helming, and do a lot of.
You can see offshore sailing. This is the place in the world for offshore sailing. So as sailors as we are also offshore sailors. So to be here, it's really a privilege to sail in Lorient between all those sailors, international. So that is really nice.
Nice DNA that you have here. Any racer, you always ask, why do you race? Well, of course, it's to win. I mean, that's obvious, but that's, you know. I think the good thing is, as we've been racing so long, and you see quite some changes going in. Before I raced only against couples of men, and I think the mixed bit really makes a difference. And I think that is really which I think is good that World Sailing takes so seriously. So good for them,
Yeah.
and good for us.
And we both won national and international competitions, so we know a little bit how it is, so we can work with the pressure, and of course we are looking forward to have a nice result, as always.
So what are you most looking forward to in the final, and what are your objectives?
Ooh. It's something what we have to discuss also tomorrow, to look at the other teams.
Yeah.
And
that's the interesting thing. The offshore double-handed mixed, as we have it here, is quite a new discipline. So that also means everyone has to see a bit for themselves, who are we dealing with? If you have a certain class that is already going on for years and years and years, you know a little bit what is going on. And what we see here, as it's new and people from really all over the world, then you have to really touch a bit and see what we're dealing with. And I must say it's a very nice breed, and these are pretty good sailors that we're meeting here.
So you must feel very proud to where you are and come in where you come in.
Absolutely.
We feel so privileged to be here, to be able to sail outside on this most beautiful, on great boats, on a beautiful piece of ocean that we have here now. Of course, that's we're blessed.
Well, we are super excited, us as Lorient Grand Large, the association that organized the race here in Lorient-la-Base, to welcome 16 nations here in our hometown, la capitale de la course au large.
Plusieurs choses. D'abord, promouvoir le classe 30. Il fallait lui trouver une belle opportunité pour se mettre en avant. C'est un bateau qui a été initié par des clubs dont j'étais membre. Ensuite, Lorient-la-Base avec, on le sait tous, l'IMOCA avec l'Ocean Race cherche une carte internationale. Et ça, on est avec ce championnat du monde dans une structure, dans une épreuve de World Sailing avec 16 nations. On est réellement dans ce système international où on mêle le monde anglo-saxon et le monde français. Et là, la course au large, on a besoin de se réunir et on a besoin de montrer de ce que c'est. Et finalement, on revient toujours à la même question, souvent avec nos chers élus, c'est dire, est-ce que Lorient est le centre du monde en course au large? Oui, très certainement pour la course franco-française, pas tout à fait encore pour la course au large anglo-saxonne, qui est plus tournée vers les clubs et les propriétaires. Mais aujourd'hui, avec un événement comme ça, on a une petite pierre à l'édifice qui nous permet d'aller un tout petit peu plus loin. Et ça, c'était vraiment une bonne idée de répondre à ce championnat du monde.
At the end, I want 44 skippers happy. They were super excited to discover Lorient-la-Base, to see the IMOCAs, to see the Hull team just there. We had the perfect weather for the training session. We have gusty and windy weather now for the competition. So everything is here so that everyone is happy for the race in Lorient.
Clairement, si World Sailing est satisfait, on a tout gagné. Et World Sailing veut proposer en 2032 en Australie donc une épreuve de course au large en double mixte sur des bateaux monotypes sur une course de 48 heures. Et ça, World Sailing veut le démontrer en faisant une belle épreuve en 2024, en 2025 et 2026. Et nous sommes la pierre angulaire avec notre association, Lorient Grand Large, le Yacht Club de France, le groupe Jeannot, le Cap Regatta et le RORC, nous avons proposé d'organiser ce championnat du monde ces 3 années. Et bien évidemment, ça commence par 2024. Il faut y arriver. Ça démarre très bien. On a les bateaux, on a les compétiteurs, on a le nombre suffisant de nations. Et je crois qu'on devrait vraiment avoir une belle carte en main à la fin de cette épreuve.
Of course, to have a good race, but also to have a good time in Lorient. I could feel the emotion of a lot of teams to come here in Lorient in this heart of the course au large. They see what the state is doing here, what the region, the city is doing for sailing offshore project, and we can feel that they want to come back and to build also stronger project in their future.
Ah ben, de profiter à fond, on les voit avec les yeux grands ouverts, complètement écarquillés à terre. Je pense que sur l'eau, c'est sûrement la même chose, en tout cas quand ils reviennent à terre, ils n'arrêtent pas de nous remercier, donc j'ai un peu l'impression que c'est vraiment fantastique pour tout le monde, et ça, moi je suis content, et nous sommes tous vraiment contents et heureux de voir que ça se passe comme ça.
On est présent sur ce parcours parce que le challenge était d'avoir une vraie monotypie. Les éditions précédentes des championnats étaient un petit peu compliquées parce qu'ils n'avaient pas une vraie monotypie. Il y avait des bateaux de série, mais ce n'est pas une vraie monotypie. Ici, on voulait avoir une monotypie stricte pour permettre à chaque concurrent d'avoir exactement les mêmes armes pour pouvoir vraiment faire la différence des athlètes.
Et puis pour nous, c'est une vraie occasion de démarrer notre grande aventure avec Cap Regatta. C'est une belle vitrine.
Et puis la grande photo, le big picture, l'objectif ultime, c'est d'arriver à convaincre World Sailing et les organisateurs des Jeux Olympiques pour que la course au large soit une épreuve inscrite au JO. Et bien sûr, l'objectif derrière, dans l'objectif, c'est que ça se passe sur les surfaces 31 design. Yeah, I was astonished by the fact that there is very little difference in timing between the teams. We had pros, we had amateurs, we had young people, we had older people. And that really is the spirit of this new class 30 and the Sunfast 1 design. And you can see that it's, yeah, they're playing with even weapons, I would say, or exactly the same support. And that's really incredible to see when you look at the speed of each team. They're very, very close. Well, it's a simple boat, fun boat, cheap boat, yeah, and also a boat that allows really amateurs to go on the boat. And we had it with some of the teams. They told us that they didn't train on the boat. Yeah, they didn't train on the boat, but yet it was an easy boat, and that's again the spirit of the boat, you know. When the boat was designed, there was the ecosystem, the sailing ecosystem, showed that there was a huge gap between dinghies, and then you had the pros with the Figaros and with the minis, and there was a gap. There was a need for Monsieur et Madame Tout le Monde, for everybody, you know, for amateurs to access to offshore racing, offshore sailing.
Il y a une place à prendre et on espère que Sunfast la prendra.
Et qu'est-ce que ça fait d'être Cap Regatta sur un mondial, justement?
Un peu de fierté, somme toute. Parce qu'on a démarré il y a un peu plus d'1 an. On a reçu le tout premier bateau en février. On a embauché l'ensemble de l'équipe en novembre, et puis en premier novembre, et ensuite en juillet. Et aujourd'hui, j'ai l'impression qu'on bosse ensemble déjà depuis plusieurs années et que voilà, quoi, c'est une belle aventure.
So what do you want to tell to people that are attending this World Championship? What do you want to let them? What do you want to tell them for the future and for this race?
Have fun, enjoy, and give us feedback so that we can improve the boats.
Ben, qui s'amuse bien déjà, que le meilleur gagne ensuite, et qui prenne soin de nos bateaux.
Oui.
Thank you for joining us today on this live. Conditions were rough here on the ocean, so we don't have our image, but we have our sound, and we are very thankful for all of you to have followed us. You just watched 2 interviews with some of the race organizers, right, Fabio? Some of the entities that were able to make this live possible.
Yes, and this event possible. So special thanks to all our partners, Cab Regatta, Lorient Grand Large, of course, who organized this event, the Class 30, the RORC, and the Yacht Club de France, and also the Groupe Carboman who produced the boat. These are the 5 entities that make this championship possible. A special thanks also to all our sponsors, and which are the Lorient City, the Département of Morbihan, Département area, and the Region Brittany, Region Bretagne. These 3 main entities here are really making of Lorient a special place. They are really bringing Lorient on the top of the mind when we speak about offshore sailing, and we were really super happy to share that with all the skippers during these 15 days of training and sailing. We had a good weather and bad weather, so they could have a full experience of Lorient.
And thank you as well to all of the team of Offshore Social Club, drone pilots, cameramen, speakers, everybody that under these conditions were able to come out here and bring you this departure live, which is not an easy thing to do at all. I mean, we are both soaking wet. It was fun. It was a great start. The Offshore Double-Handed World Championship is on its way. Do follow the tracker, and we will meet them back on the dock tomorrow. We'll see who the winners are, and be there to interview them and see what their experience was like. We have some interviews that we sat down and talked to all the skippers that are out there racing right now. We will leave you with those interviews. You can get to know who these people are, what their characters are like, and why they are participating in this World Championship.
Yeah, thank you, Natasha, and we really wish the best luck to all skippers. We experience on this boat just a little bit of what they are going to live for the next hours. So that's really what we do here on the Offshore Social Club on this live. So we are on the water to have the same experience as the skipper. So now, back to the trackers, back to the video. Thanks everyone, and thank you, Natasha.
Yeah, thank you, Fabio. See you soon. Stay safe, stay dry, sail.
Alors pourquoi on participe à cet événement? Moi j'ai toujours été passionné par ces championnats du monde double mixte. Je pense que ça a plein d'avenir pour potentiellement aller aux Jeux Olympiques un jour, j'espère. Et en attendant, je trouve que c'est une belle formule de mixer des compétences comme ça, hommes-femmes, sur un bateau, et de montrer ce que ça peut donner en course au large. Donc tous les tickets sont bons pour qu'on y participe en tout cas.
For me, it's a new kind of sailing after doing so much solo sailing. So it's completely new to learn how to sail in double hand, but it's a very good new experience to learn how to communicate with someone on the board, and also how to sail with the top sailors around that come from all over the world and that I don't usually meet in the mini circuit.
For the final, I see, it's the objective number 1 is the final, it's okay. But after it's the objective, it's top 5 or maybe top 3.
But we know the boat because we have the chance to have a boat in the team, so we've been training with the Class 30 for a couple of months. So we know the boat and we know how to get the speed out of it, but we are not very good in tactics and stars and like all this kind of dinghy sailing stuff. So I think it's going to take us a lot of rigueur to really get our sailing. You know how to sail and to get the speed, but then to get it like
one step ahead in like all the fleet racing and tactics and positioning, which a lot of teams are really good at. That's going to be a big challenge for us. I guess some teams were really used to this kind of short sailing in certain condition, other a little bit less, but I think there was like 4 or 5 boats really, really good to fight with. The others were a little bit more discovering the boats. I think in the final is going to be a completely other story. I think everybody there will deserve their spot, and it's going to be a lot harder, yeah.
It was a very nice race and difficult for us because the waves was very hard. I have never seen waves like that. In Turkey, there is no such waves, and in the Mediterranean. I usually race in the Mediterranean, so the waves are the news for us. We had a good start, and we had great advantage at the start line with the A2. And we go with A2 to the rounding mark, and so we had a big advantage. Then we take easy for the race. Our goal was to be in the 5th, so we keep our position and finish. We love offshore sailing, and double-handed, so we want to participate.
My last 3 years, actually, I meet sailors, and really a new experience.
We sailed 3 years before, and we sailed for 3 years together. We sail offshore with crewed and inshore races, upwind, downwind races all together, and offshore races also. We have a double-handed race in Turkey this year for for this race, and it was very nice. Actually, our goal was to be in the final, so we succeed our goal. So if there is less wind, I think we will have more chance. But if it's windy, we will try to be our best. Here is very nice place, dedicated for offshore race. So we are very excited to be here.
I think we're pretty happy.
I think we're both very happy with our result. We didn't know what to expect coming into it, so it was a good surprise, I guess.
Yeah, I think we didn't know what to expect, but we also, our goal was to make it to the final race. And now we've achieved our goal, so we get to make another one, which is good, I think.
Yeah.
We're thinking top.
So what are your goals for the next one, for the final?
Oh, we talked about it a little bit. We would love to do top 5 again.
Top 5 again would be pretty
yeah,
sweet.
it would be awesome.
Yeah.
The top half of the fleet.
And what is it going to take to make top 5?
Oh, I think it's going to take a lot because it's going to be, the best teams from each elimination group, and there's some super strong sailors out there, and we're pretty new to, this was the first race we've ever raced together.
Yeah, it was literally our first time racing together. So
yeah, so we're definitely learning a lot, but I think just drawing from both of our experiences and our elimination race and the little bit of training we had on the boat just to pull it all together and give it our all. I sail a lot of J boats, mostly a J133 back home in Canada. But I've been sailing some Sunfast 3200s this year, double-handed, and just getting more into the double-handed scene in Europe. So it's quite fun.
I spend a lot of time sailing a Santa Cruz 70, so it's a lot bigger than these boats. Sarah always makes fun of me because I go to winch something, and she's like, "You know, you can just pull that, right?" And I'm like, I didn't actually know. And then in the Caribbean, I sail it's like a Beneteau 47-7 sort of thing. So bigger, heavy boats. So sailing this was really awesome because it's light and sporty and maneuverable and everything you want. Felt more like dinghy sailing than keelboat sailing for me, which was nice.
They're really, really fun boats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Spicy boats.
I think we're both just really keen, and Canada is not too developed in the offshore sailing yet, but we both do quite a bit of offshore stuff, and we know each other, and we were like, let's put a team in, why not? So I think it's a good path forward for Canada, and hopefully to build some offshore pathways for other people there as well and help encourage people.
I think, yeah, having us represent Canada, and especially now that we made it to finals, is like pretty big for the country, because like offshore sailing is not something that anyone talks about there. So like even the fact that like our M&A is like, you know, resharing our posts and stuff, is like there's a lot of people that are like, we didn't even know this was something people were doing. So hopefully it's like kind of a starting point that something in Canada can grow from here, and you know, future sailors can do what we did, and there'll be a bigger network of support and stuff. And I mean, I think we're also excited to see how far we can take it, and you know, see where this event goes and whether or not we want to sail together more afterwards. We didn't fight too much in the first race, so it should be okay.
Yeah.
And this first elimination, it started in the wrong way. I set up the spinnaker with the wrong side. For professional, it is quite stupid. But no, after I think we choose the good sails in the beginning, so we were quite fast, and we choose the good choice, strategic choice. We know that it is our garden, so we know exactly where we have to go for the wind rotation, currents. So we took a lot of distance between us and the other boat, the fleet. And after it was upwind, and the upwinds were pretty uncomfortable during all the night.
Do you feel you have like an advantage coming from the Figaro class?
Yes, of course, because I think we both are allowed to sail alone on the boat, and for technical it's better, and with two people it's easier. So I think during with the spinnaker about 25 knots, it's important to have a good technical use of the boat, and for us I think that was maybe easier, so we were most able to have a good strategy also.
Yeah, we were not afraid about the maneuver and the strong wind, so that's why we took.
And after, during the upwind, I think the swell was better to surfing and not sailing. So that was a little bit hard and long between Basse Capella and Belle-Île, Iceland.
It was hard. We are tired.
Yes.
I think you can.
And we didn't add the other boats on the computer, but we can see them with the lights on the top of the mast. So during all the comeback to Lorient, we just keep the idea to control, how to say, the fleet. Always between the fleet and the rival, so
the objective was to win the leg, so the objective is complete.
And so what is the objective for the final?
Same. The objective for the final are the same.
I think Cal and I, we really enjoy sailing together, so we've sailed against each other for about 5 years or something, and 2 or 3 years ago we came together and decided that we would go and do a race together, and it's worked really nicely. And last year we did the Worlds in Italy and we came third, so this year we wanted to see if we could do it again, and coming to France and Lorient and sailing these new boats was really exciting. So yeah, we're here to try and do our best.
I mean, this is also the start for us really of a longer term campaign, hopefully going into the Figaro class and aiming to do the Transat Paprec in April next year, April 2025. So this is just another step on the road, really. And yeah, like Maggie said, it's good to sail. It's good to sail together. We work well as a team. And this event, you know, in the Worlds last year in Italy, we had 10 teams. It was a much smaller event. So this year with 22 teams and the format, it's a much bigger and higher profile event, and we wanted to put ourselves to the test, especially against the French, who we all know are the best.
And how has it been to be in Lorient là-bas?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's something that you see all the boats in the magazines that you read at home, but to actually be here and see the teams and the boats in the flesh and be a part of it is really, really cool. Yeah.
It's your first time, it's what you're expected?
Yes, no, it's well, we came here for some training, but for this event is the first time that I've been here. Yeah, this year. Yeah.
So what's your goal for this event?
We take it step by step, I think. Our goal yesterday, of course, was to qualify, and that just meant finishing top 5, which we did. I think we need to go away and analyse our performance a little bit and talk about what our goal will be for the final, also depending on who else qualifies from the other elimination round.
We seem to have a bad habit of making it hard for ourselves. There was a bit of a shutdown just after the start, and we could have made some better decisions and play the shifts a bit better, so we ended up down in 7th position, so we had to try and claw back from there. And after that, it was just a case of really pushing the boat and sailing as fast as we can, trimming all the time, and we managed to gain 3 places back, right? Was it? Finished 4th anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we love a comeback.
Yeah. So in the final, we'd like to do it a little bit more straightforward, and I think try and not make it too difficult for ourselves. But yeah.
For me, this race was really a question of which team could make the least mistakes. It was really almost as simple as that, and we made a handful, and you know, I guess the teams ahead of us made a couple less, and probably the French team made very few.
So I started sailing with my parents with cruising, and continued in the dinghy class single-handed. And yeah, when Lena started offshore sailing, we teamed up, or I supported her a lot, and came by that to double-handed sailing mostly, and well, sailing in the Baltic, and yeah, like double-handed sailing the most.
Yeah, and I started in dinghy racing as well. That's when we met. And then I did 2 mini transat campaigns in 2017 and 21. And after the second one, yeah, we teamed up for some interesting double-handed racing at the Atlantic and mainly in the Baltic Sea. Well, I think the mixed format fits very well to us, as we're already doing it all the time. Yeah, it is a great opportunity to race against sailors all over the world at such a high level.
Yeah, especially the high level, the one design, well, really similar boats, and have the chance to meet people from all over the world here in this place, a beautiful place. It's amazing. So we didn't know what to expect from here, so it was really kind of a black box, especially from the sailors we never met. Sure, we met some sailors from Europe, but now they are here from all over the world, and we didn't know what to expect. But we were really looking forward to that one, and we had no expectations for us. Just the goal was to make it to the finals, and yeah, we're really happy now.
Yeah, that's where we are now. Of course, it was a tough competition, but I think we expected that. It was very rough conditions as well. I think from the format side, it's a shame that now 10 teams can't compete anymore. But anyway, we're super happy that we can compete again against 9 super teams, and we're looking forward to the final.
Well, we thought it was a great opportunity for us to test our level and to really keep on training, keep on being on the lead. For me, in my case, I've been doing the last transit in 2023, and the goals I did this year was another transit with 40 feet, and then this World Cup. So I think it's part of the of all the schedule to try to be a better sailor.
Yes, for me, I'm not dedicated to sailing, so I got the call from Fede to join him, and well, it was like a no-brainer to say yes and have the opportunity to come sail with him and all his knowledge, and also, well, to get to know Lorient and sail against great sailors from all the other nations, and as Fede says, to gain more knowledge and get better, even to sail locally in Uruguay.
Yeah, actually, Justi is part of a team that is just a female team that has been winning a lot of championships, and yeah, there's quite a thing going on about it. It's, of course, it's always like fighting with what's been going on for years, so it's slowly getting better, but yeah.
Yes, but at the moment there are quite a lot of girls and women sailing in Optimist and all other classes. There are many women starting sailing not from a young age but more mature, and we have like 16 or almost 20 in our WhatsApp group of the team. So what we thought that was a project that could have difficulties in finding women to complete a team for a 40-foot boat, at the end we had like more women than we needed, and we were making like schedules in order to see all of them racing with us. So yeah, I think it's improving a lot in Uruguay.
And what do you think about La Base Lorient?
Oh, I love it. It blows my mind to see all the fastest boats, the great teams, and also the history La Base has behind. I have been reading like all the posters around, and to see like people we follow on Instagram and online and on Facebook from many years ago, and to see Sam Davis going out in the water right beside us, I think for me it's incredible. Fede may be a little bit more used,
No,
but
I'm not used yet. I've been here for a while, and I still get shocked by the development of engineering that goes on here.
What is your goal for this event?
Well, we had two, I think. Like the first one was to get to the finals. It's always, races are races. There's always something that can go wrong, and we knew we had the chance, but yeah. And then, I think we can make it to the top 3. So let's see. Let's try to. Yeah.
Okay. And what is it going to take to get to the podium?
Well, it takes a lot of understanding what we did wrong and then try to fix it. But there's always things to learn, so just trying to do the less mistakes.
Yes, I agree. Good communication and try to do less mistakes than we did on this leg.
I think it's cooler than I expected. We just heard about La Base and seen all the starts of different regattas from here, of course, and just these French boats, they're amazing.
We have some different sailing background. I come from a match racing background, sailing wise, and after that keelboats, fleet racing, mainly one design.
I've done a little bit of everything, but 2 times around the world, and now lately just more and more into the double hand sailing offshore. Yeah.
What is the competition like out there? What has it been like?
We didn't really know what to expect actually when we arrived. We knew there were going to be a lot of great teams, but for sure we hoped to be able to reach the final. So yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I think the only thing we knew was there was 2 really sharp French teams that have won a lot and do a lot of figure racing. So we could expect that they would be like hard to beat maybe. But apart from that, was no really names that popped up that we knew about at least.
No, the boats is fine for the nice little boats. The format, well, the original format looked perfect. Now they have to struggle a bit with the weather and the lows coming in, so it gets tighter and tighter to get it all through. But that's beyond what you can plan for.
Yeah, that's how it is in sailing. You don't really know what to expect. You can expect a lot of wind or no wind, of course, but I like the format. It's one design and it's same for everyone. And good that you draw different boats so you don't get a favorite boat or so, but they very much alike, all the boats. So it's comes down to the persons on board and the skills that we bring along. I think the format is good, and it's as I mean the age range is from very young people or young sailors to old sailors, and but for sure we both are very much into getting like new young guns into the sailing if it will become an Olympic class.